Don't steal the thunder, wake up at the right time, looking at my light, don't say you just fine, on and on, we gotta keep it up, we gotta keep it up, baby take it time, you got your whole life, put faith in the sky, on and on, we gotta keep it up, we gotta keep it up. Butterflies, I'm turning gold. Got me spinning around like vertigo. How could I feel so certain? Yeah,
Hello and happy new year, my friend. I'm so excited. I actually wrote out 24 little habits for 2024, the new year, how to set your habits and make them. Let's jump into my little 24 habits just to kind of get us excited about fitness and health. And these are definitely just, again, that to get you excited, not to be anything other than that, because fitness and health and wellness should be something that makes us feel good and adds to our life and doesn't take away from our life and is something that we look forward to and enjoy. These are my ideas, and the first one is so funny because I literally thought that I thought of this myself, and literally right after I thought about it, wrote it down, I found out that it's like going viral on the internet right now. So I'm like, okay, nothing is new under the sun. I didn't think of this, even though I thought of it, because if you saw one of my last videos, I talked about 30, oh, sorry, Meter, did I kind of touch your nose a little bit? First of all, it's like two things I've talked about combined into one. So you've seen me probably talk about eating breakfast within 30 minutes to an hour of waking to help stabilize your blood sugar. For years, I would skip breakfast and I just woke up and I just didn't feel hungry anymore. And stabilizing your own blood sugar, eating breakfast, it changed my life. It changed my hormones. One of the things that helped me to get pain-free periods. And so that being said, eating breakfast within 30 to 1 hour of waking, but recently I've added in 30 grams of protein for breakfast. I thought, you know what? If I break up my protein into 30, 30, and 30, 3, 6, 90, and then if I have a protein-rich snack, I'm gonna be easily hitting 100 grams every single day. So I thought 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking. And then apparently it's going viral on the internet. And I was like, dang it. I thought of this. So anyway, that is a trend that I can get behind for all those different reasons, for stabilizing your blood sugar, your cortisol, making sure that you are eating enough protein, which is so important. The number one is 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking. Number two is back to basics with supplements. I was actually reading this book. I love this book so much. This is Cure Your Fatigue, How Balancing 3 Minerals and 1 Protein is the solution you're looking for. But really, this is such a good book. And I was like, you know what? I just need to get back to the basics of my magnesium, my B vitamins. If you're struggling with low energy and just feeling tired and just fatigue, magnesium and B vitamins are just the best of the best. They are essential. They're not just nice, they're necessary. That's how I like to remember it. They're not just nice, they're more than nice. They are necessary for energy. Oh, you're gonna sit okay, you're gonna sit on my lap. Okay, it's time to snuggle. I've been doing my own magnesium where I actually make my own magnesium, where you put magnesium powder into carbonated water and then drinking that, and also my topical magnesium that I spray on every single day. And I feel like that combination is perfect. It is so perfect, but I forgot about that. I forgot that I can make my own and add it into carbonated water. And I don't know why for years I forgot about that, but we're back to doing it. I'm making that again. So that is number 2, but also B vitamins. So that's and look at, I thought I would show you this because I have eaten bee pollen every single day for years. And literally I was reading this and I was like, okay, look at this. It says B vitamins are essential for proper energy production and metabolism. Yes. And play an essential role in sleep as well. Hello. Because they help the human body cope with stress. And that is exactly right. Being water soluble, they cannot be stored in our body, and they can quickly become depleted, especially during times of stress. So that is why I have my bee pollen every single day. It is like literally nature's multivitamin, but really it is so rich in B vitamins, which is going to help with all of everything that I just read: sleep, stress, energy, all those things. B vitamins are essential, especially liver. Our liver needs B vitamins for detoxification, which is so important for hormone health because our liver needs to have B vitamins to be able to go through detoxification pathways, clear out those old hormones, help with better periods. So important. One of the things that literally helped me to get pain-free periods. And so I have bee pollen every single day. And I notice a difference. Okay, when I run out of my bee pollen, I notice a difference in my energy levels, and it's a natural food. And I just learned from this book that it takes bees 6 weeks to make 1 teaspoon of bee pollen, and their lifespan is 6 weeks. Like, it's literally their life's work. And I just think that nature's so beautiful. I have so much respect for the bees. I just had to put this in here because it is literally something I do every single day. And literally, Beekeepers Naturals is giving you a code. I love them so much because they sustainably get their bee pollen. They're giving you 20% off. You can go to beekeepersnaturals.com/Cambria. So that's BEEKEEPERSNATURALS.com/Cambria, and you're gonna get 20% off. This is the biggest sale that they have done with my code. I am so excited that they're giving you 20% off. This is something that I'm like, this is so cool that I even get to give you a code, because this is something that literally I take every single day that changed my health, that changed my life, and that is essential. It is essential for our bodies to have B vitamins, and what a beautiful source of them from nature that our body is gonna be able to use, absorb, bioavailable. If you have different gene mutations going on with B vitamins, this is a whole food form of B vitamins, and bees do better together, all of them together. So 1 teaspoon a day keeps the fatigue away, keeps your energy not at bay, keeps your energy at play. I don't know, I'm trying to rhyme, it's not working. Okay, this is my last thing, because I am like deep in the weeds of studying right now, but free form amino acids. So sometimes when our body is having a hard time breaking down protein, especially if you have digestion issues going on, anyway, it can be actually hard to get all the amino acids that we need as well, which is also very important for detoxification and hormone health and everything, and just our cells in general there's a reason why they're called essential amino acids, because they are essential and our bodies need them and we cannot make them. And the fact that this has free form amino acids, they're already broken down, they're ready for your body to just absorb and use, like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you're getting the B vitamins, so B vitamins, amino acids, it really is like, just the beekeepers, they say they're borrowing from nature's pharmacy, and that really is what it is. So beautiful. It's like nature's multivitamin. Take this every single day. I have this every single day, a teaspoon a day. It's changed my life, changed my health. I just cannot rave enough about it. So link will be in the description box, or you can use Cambria and get 20% off at Beekeepers Naturals. It's the best. So number 3 is weight train 3 to 4 times a week. This one is something that is just now just a non-negotiable for me. I really got off of my workout routine in 2023 after I miscarried at the end of 2022. I honestly was just scared to work out. I really found myself in a place like, this is gonna stress my body out too much, and I was just really worried and fearful that it was just too much for my body. A lot of healing this past year, but also a lot of learning again, and being reminded truly of that muscle is medicine. And that's really the best way that I can put it, that our muscle tissue quite literally is medicine to our bodies. And this is not talking about the mirror, what you look like, anything like that. This is just purely And it's not about like literally how your muscles look. It's not about that. It's about training your muscles, like weight training and doing weight training and lifting weights. They don't even have to be heavy. They do not even have to be heavy. The studies that I've read, you can do lighter weights, but just bring your muscles to a point where you're like, I gotta sit this down right now. That is enough to stimulate muscle growth and to get the benefits of weight training. Muscle is medicine, and it really is an amazing way to help our bodies. It is the way to really help our bodies to utilize glucose, and glucose dysregulation is at the source of a lot of different hormonal issues. Oh, okay, Mister, you're gonna stand up now. Movement and muscle, those things are medicinal. Weight training 3 to 4 times a week. I've just been going back. I finally got my gym membership again because it's a little bit smaller here, so I don't have the room to have like a full-on home gym. That is number 3. Number 3 is weight train 3 to 4 times a week. And number 4 is walk. And you know, you've heard 10K steps a day. I've talked about that. 10K is a perfect number to aim at, but I was just reading a study about how even 7,000 is the studies of 7,000. So the point is don't get so caught up in the number, really just walk. Let me just say this because this is important. I know that we can kind of hear walking and it can go out the other ear and it's like, oh yeah, I know to walk. It's very important. No. Walking will change your life. Let me just be dramatic about it, because if we're not dramatic about it, then things can sort of get lost in the checklist of good wellness habits, because it's important to hear things over and over and over. Repetition is very powerful. So I'm gonna add this on here because walking will change your life. And I even think it's so beautiful, even how it says, you know, we're to walk with God. I think there really is something so deep in walking that not just physically, but spiritually, that we are created to walk. And that Meester is really just trying to get comfortable over here. But even that, Meester wakes up every day and looks forward to his walk. That is like what's on his little doggy mind. And I think it's so funny even how dogs, like, they love to go for walks, you know, and they wait for us if you have a dog to go for a walk. And there's just something in us that's just made to walk. Make it a non-negotiable, even if it's 5 minutes. One of the best things that you can do for your health. So that is number 4, which is to walk. Let's go in the kitchen and maybe like get a cup of tea or something so that we can keep going through this list. Okay, I thought we would make our mineral tea because this stuff is amazing. And also I'm on my period right now, and yet another pain-free period. So I'm telling you, when I'm talking about these tips, I'm telling you from experience of that. I know what it's like to be laying on the ground of the bathroom floor and just in utter agony, for real, of just hormonal, like, what am I doing wrong? Where you're eating healthy, you feel like you're taking care of yourself, and you're just like, what is going on? Like, why do I, eat healthy, exercise, do my best, and yet something still is missing? I'm trying to give you those missing pieces to help you have better hormones, happier periods, all those things. This mineral tea is amazing. This isn't one of the steps, but you can throw that in there and drink your daily mineral tea, absolutely. So number 5 is morning sunlight, because morning sunlight's actually really important for progesterone production. So when the sky, and I learned this, so when the sun is at 10 degrees or above in the sky, so like right now it's at 32. So it's before 10 degrees in the sky that your body actually makes progesterone, and your hormones, like, it literally, the sun has such a powerful effect on our hormones that if you can get outside in the sun specifically, it's so good for progesterone production. Early morning sunlight, that early morning light in your eyes, you don't even have to be directly, it doesn't even have to be, the sun doesn't even have to be shining. It can be cloudy and you're still going to get that sun. If you wake up in the morning, there is sun, even if you can't see it. That is number 5, and it is so important. So number 6 is to dress up your water. So this is perfect timing because we're gonna go into this. Dress up your water, make a mineral tea. Add a little bit of lemon into your water, add a little bit of salt into your water, add a little packet of electrolytes into your water, add something into your water to make it nutrient dense, to make it super hydrating. And look at this, you're adding minerals into your water. I just read the other day that herbs shall be for the service of mankind. What a verse that is. So yes, please. We have so many amazing things at our fingertips, from simply lemon, lime, herbs, salt. There is so much that we can do. Very, very little things that can make such a big difference in our health, to getting nutrients. Nettle is incredibly nutrient dense. Red raspberry, really good for female hormones. And oat straw is incredibly rich in magnesium. Dress up your water, don't have naked water, and that is number 6. You could even make my hydration drink, which I do, and I talk about all the time. You do a little packet of electrolytes, do a little bit of coconut water and a little bit of aloe vera, and you're good to go, and you have the most hydrating drink ever. So many of you have told me that it's increased your breast milk supply, and that's amazing, and that's how you know it is hydrating. It is so good. So number 7 is daily bread. I wrote all these down because I'm doing these this year, and I really just got out of habit. In 2023, as you know, we moved 3 times in 3 months from a moldy condo. It was quite the fiasco. Well, look, I went to say daily bread, and it really, and it's so funny because even yesterday, so on the first day of the year, I went and got this new dresser, if you follow me on Instagram, and I picked up this new super cute little dresser, but it definitely, when I got there, it definitely needs some work. Like when I saw it, I was like, okay, there's paint on the top. It has like a little bit of an old smell, you know what I mean? If you've ever thrifted old furniture. The drawers were really hard to slide open. I brought it home and Bo was like, oh my gosh. He's like, I'm not really like I'm not really good at DIY kind of stuff like that. So all this to say is I was looking at it, and I was just looking at the form. I was looking at its beauty. I was looking at, this is so cute. And Bo was looking at the function. He's like, this thing is not functional. It's not very functional. So the next morning after I got the dresser, I was reading Genesis, and it said in Genesis 2:9, it said that the Lord God made all kinds of trees to grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. Pleasing to the eye and good for food. And I was literally thinking about it the night before, about how I was looking at its form and Bo was looking at its function, and how amazing that God, with our nourishment, that trees, the things that provide fruit and nourishment to us, and gosh, these plants that grow out of the ground that are just like amazing, that give us nutrients, that how amazing though that God decided that it's not just going to be functional, it's going to be beautiful. How amazing that really is. And honestly, just how nourishing even to my soul that is. And that really is what God's word is to our souls. It is nourishment. It is life-giving. It really just nourished me, and it really is our daily bread, and just getting back into doing that every single day. Number 8 is creating just a beautiful ambiance. Flowers, doing the little things, lighting a candle, adding a little bit of beauty, like kind of just what we talked about. What I'm trying to say is don't skip the little things, because it really is in those little things that make such a big difference. Like that warm cup of tea that you sit down with and you hold in your hands, and you feel the warmth and you smell the tea. It really does something on a cellular level. Really, the way that we approach our life changes the way that even our genes express themselves. And so quite literally infusing joy and beauty into the little tiny things that you do make the most massive difference in your life. I cannot overstate that enough. Romanticize the little things, because it really is maybe the biggest thing that we could do for our health, truly. So that is number 8. Number 9 for me is journaling again. And I think that not only the studies on journaling, if you don't like journaling, I think something that you can do is actually just write out what you have to do for the next day. That's a really, really helpful, very powerful. There's been research behind that habit and doing that, and actually helping us to sleep better, just feel less anxious, everything like that. So if you're not like super into journaling, just writing out your to-do list or the most important things that you have to do for the next day. I used to journal, like I started a journal in 2005, but how powerful it is to get our thoughts out on paper. Again, something that I just really, the fact that they've done studies on it, I think is pretty amazing. Journaling, I'm getting back into doing that little habit. Again, these are the little things, but it really is big. So for me, I'm gonna do it before I go to bed. I do love to journal in the mornings too, as you saw in this video, but I'm trying to do it really, especially before I go to bed, instead of like scrolling on my phone. Okay, number 10 is actually something that Meester was doing earlier, and he showed us a very good example of this, honestly, seriously, which is touch. Even how he got up and he sat on my lap and he wanted to be touching me. He wanted to be on me. And there's something very, very powerful in touch for our nervous system, for our health in general, but the power of touch is amazing. So really, honestly, something as simple, and remember, we're just really keeping all these simple. something as simple as cozying up in a really soft, warm blanket and feeling your body against the couch, feeling your body against, you know, a hard surface, whatever that is, laying on the floor even, and just looking up, letting your body like sense where it is in space is actually really helpful for nervous system regulation, but also specifically touch, letting your body feel a really, really soft blanket, cozying up in that blanket, petting your dog, petting Meester, snuggling him, giving somebody that you love a hug, lingering in that hug, like feeling their warm embrace is so powerful. So don't skip past that, you know, really, like, instead of just, you know, petting your dog really quick, really pet your dog, you know, really look at them and pet them and love them and just touch their furry little selves and allow that, even something as maybe simple or something that we might overlook, something as simple as that, let it nourish you. Let it nourish you and let it nourish your life. Really, our life is our nourishment. How we live is nourishing. So yes, pet your dog, give somebody that, or just snuggle in your blanket. If you don't have a dog, maybe you get a soft, cozy blanket and snuggle up in that cozy blanket. Okay, get a heated blanket, you know? Get in it. I have a little infrared pad right there on that. Well, you're gonna see all my laundry. I've had to do a lot of laundry around here, but get a little infrared pad and get yourself something to warm yourself up and snuggle and really just, you know, feel the warmth, feel the touch. Number 11 is more fiber. This is the year of fiber, okay? Again, if you watched my last video, it was like a winter meal prep video, those are the best muffins ever, okay? So psyllium husk is such a great source of fiber, but just making sure that you're getting enough fiber every single day. The berries in the yogurt with the bee pollen, those berries, that's a great source of fiber. Doing like a blueberry smoothie. Fiber is so important for blood sugar regulation, and I'm just gonna be honest, I overlooked it for years because fiber is just like, it's just kind of boring. It's like fiber. It's not boring. It's fascinating, and I am not overlooking fiber anymore. Like, fiber is foundational. Eating enough protein and eating enough fiber, that will change your life. Don't get me started on potassium, but let's just talk about fiber for a second, and magnesium. Okay, I get all the things. If you're struggling with hormone imbalances, PCOS, anything like that, fiber. 25 grams of fiber every single day. Aim for 25 grams of fiber every single day, and just watch your blood sugar regulation, your bowel movements, really important for grabbing on to all those things that we don't want in our body, toxins, yes, the toxins, and pulling them out of our bodies. That is what fiber does so beautifully, and that's what we want. We want it to bind on to those things and get it out of the body. We don't want things to recirculate in the body after the bile has tried to get it out. We don't want things recirculating. We want it to be pulled out and get out. Number 12 is more books, and specifically, I am a big reader. I love to read, but I just, again, with moving 3 times in 3 months, I really just got off of my reading game. Instead of scrolling for 10 minutes, just reading for 10 minutes. Really want to read 1 book a month, so I figured that I would show you this new little book. This is a devotional. So this is Puritan devotional readings. Of course, you can always do milk and honey. This is actually from Genesis to Revelation, 1 devotional from each book of the Bible. This is my book that I wrote for you. It is so rich. I've read this. I actually read this so many times now. I love milk and honey so much. So books, it's good for your brain. It's good for you. It's just good for you. Just read. This is number 14, but we're gonna do number 13 first. Number 13 is regular blood work. Regular blood work. We're doing blood work in 2024. And now that I'm learning about blood work, and I'm gonna be able to read my own blood work and make sure that things are in functional ranges and look at deficiencies. Blood is old. It is old, and it is something that is so reliable. It is just like, it is tested through the time. That is number 13, is regular blood work. I am gonna do follow-ups all throughout the year to make sure that my blood work is looking good and optimized. And currently I'm working through that right now. I'm going through my blood work that I just had done, especially now with the functional, just health and wellness space. There's so many functional tests and testing to do, but something, and that's great. But something that I really just didn't want to overlook is blood work. Getting blood work done, looking at the blood. What is your body telling you? The blood tells a story, and what is your body telling you? And something that is just the most, it's faithful, you know. It's something that's it's like old faithful. You know, we have all these new fancy things, but really just getting your blood work done. When's the last time you had your blood work done? That is a habit we're doing for this year. That's what I'm doing blood work. That's number 13, non-negotiable. Blood work, blood work, blood work. Number 14 is gua sha. I'm about to do my gua sha right now. The lymphatic drainage, just the way, again, it's like a romanticizing thing. Just the way that it makes me feel like I unwind when I do it. I learned from my friend Lauren from Innate Fertility. She talks about how gua sha actually helps progesterone circulate around your body. So it's good for your hormones too. So number 14, if we can get these numbers right, is gua sha. And I just got a new gua sha, so they're so cute, they're beautiful, they're fun, and it feels so good, the stone on your skin as well. Let's talk about the next one, which is number 15, and that is focus on health foundations. But so it's gonna be in 3. So this is like focus on health foundations, but digestion is gonna be in this one, and then we'll go into the next ones. So the first health foundation is digestion. Without going into all the things that we can do to help our digestion, because we would just be here forever. One thing that you can do is focus on the cephalic phase of digestion. That is your sight, your smell, and the thought of food. When is the last time that you actually put your nose in your food before you took a bite and really smelled your food? Just smell it. You know, I think a lot about, like dogs, animals are just so amazing and smart. But I always think about too how Meester will always smell something whenever I give him something like a treat or something like that, whether it's a blueberry, I was gonna say carrot, but he knows what a carrot is and he's just gonna eat that carrot right away. But anytime I try to like hand him something and give him something, he'll stop and just smell it first and then he'll eat it. And I just think that there literally is this cephalic phase of digestion, which is our sight, really looking at your food. Look at the color of your food. Take in with your eyes your plate, just like Genesis, like we just literally talked about with Genesis 2:9, that trees are pleasant to the sight. And that is a boom. Oh, this is just turning out beautifully right now. That is a perfect example though of even how our looking at our food can affect our digestion and actually quite literally helps our body to produce the digestive enzymes that it needs to break down our food. That's why when you hear about like, don't rush to eat, sit down, don't go on your phone. That is why those tips are so helpful and why people give those tips, because of the cephalic phase of digestion and being in a parasympathetic state. Think about your food. That's why actually preparation of food when you eat, we're not eating at home tonight. We're actually gonna go right up the street and we're gonna eat a delicious bowl of pho, which is so rich in glycine and just nutrients and is just so warming and I'm craving it. So we're gonna do that tonight, go on a little date night. But preparing your food as well and actually like taking the time to make your food, and obviously we're going to eat, so I'm gonna smell my food and I'm gonna look at it, even think about it. There you go, that's another example. Even if you're not preparing it, but if you think about it and you're going out to eat later and you're like, you start thinking about that food. I'm thinking about the pho and my mouth is watering. That quite literally is my body is getting ready to digest that food. Smell your food, look at your food, think about your food, and your digestion, your body's gonna thank you. Number 16 is blood sugar regulation. So I know we kind of touched on this a little bit, making sure specifically this would be the tip, and that is not skipping meals. So really, I found myself, again, because we were moving so much, I found myself just accidentally skipping meals. So making sure that you eat regular meals, and really something that you can actually do is just pick meal times. And pick a time that you're gonna eat, and just pick a time that you're gonna have your breakfast every day, pick a time you're gonna have your lunch. Sometimes this is something that is like, duh, I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time every single day. But if you work from home, or if you kind of have like more of an inconsistent schedule, picking times and actually picking pillars, just like we pick for wake times. We wake up, we wanna wake up the same day, go to bed at the same time every single day. That actually really sends a strong signal to our gut, our microbiome. I know this sounds so crazy, but actually it's really, really powerful for our hormones to know, and our bodies to know what's going on. That internal clock really gets things regulated. Our body starts learning our body clock, and we have the power to influence that with our wake times and with our eating times. Okay, number 17 is fatty acids. So making sure your fatty acid balance. I take cod liver oil every single day. It's a great source of vitamin A, but it's a really good source of our fatty acids that are really important for our body to help manage inflammation. That is number 17. I really like cod liver oil, and I will link the one that I really like in the description box. Wow, we're just really going in with the gua sha here. But number 19 is hydration. This is also a foundation. It is our most important macronutrient, water. Number 20 is pursue fun. Actually making a pursuit of fun, even on New Year's. And that's the thing, you can hear fun, like have fun, like prioritize like having fun this year, but really make it a priority. Like, when is the last time that you laughed so hard that you cried? But seriously, when is the last time that you got serious about fun and you made it something that is serious to you, that you are serious about having fun and pursuing the things that light you up in life? That is the way that God made you. That's the thing that you like to do. That's the thing that brings you joy, and it makes you excited and happy and laugh. Watch something funny. The night of New Year's Eve, Bo and I were watching a comedian and we were like crying of laughter. That is so good for you. Don't overlook the power of laughter, hobbies, fun. That is nourishment too. That is nourishment to your life. So pursue fun this year. Like, write it down. Get a list. What is exciting to you? A hobby, something that you want to do, maybe go on a new adventure, whatever it is, pursue fun. It is up to you. It gets to be your own thing. But for me, it is more hiking, more sunrise walks. I want to play pickleball, watching more funny movies, watching more funny comedians that Bo and I, you know what I mean? More hanging out with our friends more, who make us laugh, who we love to be around. That is fun. That is nourishing. That is number 20. Number 21. I can't do a video these days without putting this in here. And I think it's just because it's just that important. But daily calf jumps. I won't spend too long on this one, but number 21 is daily calf jumps. Every single day you can jump well, I don't know if you can jump while you're doing the dishes, but jump. Literally just jump. It actually helps your lymph to drain, and that is done through jumping. We think about when we're little kids, you used to jump around. You're just so excited. You're just jumping everywhere. My niece, she just says jumpy, 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 and she just jumps around on the ground. She's just jumping all the time. Okay, that's probably why they have so much energy. We just don't jump as adults, we just really don't jump. When's the last time that you just started jumping up and down for joy, I don't know. And that's why you see rebounders. You don't need a rebounder. If you want a rebounder, that's great, but you don't need to buy a little trampoline. You don't need to do that. You can literally just jump up and down. Think about it like this. Think about it like a flowing river. A flowing river is a lot healthier than a stuck, stagnant river where things start to grow and it just starts to get real nasty. That is like our lymph fluid. Our lymph fluid needs to be flowing. It needs to be moving, and that means we need to move. And jumping up and down is the way that you can do that. So daily calf jumps, don't skip a day. You can just do it for a minute. It's gonna have an effect every single day. Jump up and down. Okay, number 22 is more pursuing peace. I think when we stop looking to things for peace, looking to a certain size, looking to our plate, and we stop all of that and we say, what is going on inside of me? Not this external thing of when I reach this number on the scale, when I can eat less of this thing, when I can do these external measurements that we use for our health. But when we actually turn inside and we say, I am no longer going to be holding myself back in these areas. I'm not going to measure my health, my wellness, my joy, my peace, my anything against a plate, against a jean size. We are not going to be remembered for what we looked like. We are going to be remembered for how we made others feel, and that first starts with us. We love our neighbor as ourself, and therefore we have to have a healthy self-love, and not a self-love that is puffed up in pride and vanity, that is superficial, that is artificial, that is something that we can see in a mirror, but a love for ourselves that supersedes that superficiality, a love that comes from the love of God, that we are completely accepted, that there is nothing that we need to do, that we need to achieve externally, that you truly can be at peace with your plate, with your workouts, with everything, because it's not about those things. It's about what's going on inside of your heart. And I know that in the new year, we can kind of, get really excited about different habits and things, but I just always want to make sure that you remember that we don't need the chaos of the world when it comes to wellness. We don't need to do the certain steps every single day. We don't need to eat a certain way every single day. There is no such thing as perfection. And I think the greatest lie that we could believe is that that's where health is found. That's where health is found, in the perfect plate, in the perfect body, in the perfect diet. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. And perhaps the healthiest thing that we could do is break away from that and realize that the healthiest thing that we could do is live in freedom, is to really live in freedom, because that cake enjoyed in peace and happiness is a lot more nourishing than a salad that is enjoyed with guilt and worry and fear and restriction. It changes it changes our physiology. Your joy, your freedom, your peace that comes from you, the inside of you, changes the way that you digest your food. It changes the way that your body assimilates those nutrients. And that is something that cannot be ignored in health. And the way that we approach our nourishment should be nourishing. It should be nourishing. And that comes from freedom to enjoy whatever it is, whether it's a fruit on a tree or whether it's the wheat that is ground up and turned into a cake. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters who you are. And I hope that you can remember that even as you watch this video and implement these tips and get excited for what you're going to do and how you're going to take care of your body. And also at the same time, you can pursue your dreams. You can pursue your goals in freedom and from a place of love. And how beautiful and how liberating is that, really? I wish I would have known that when I first got into health and fitness when I was 15 years old, and I could look at Cambria, and maybe you can look back at your old self and what would you tell her? What would you say to her? And how would you be towards her, you know? And I'm grateful for my journey, but I would just tell Cambria, you don't need to be afraid of carbohydrates. You need to be afraid of being afraid of carbohydrates. That's really where the real fear is. Don't be afraid of anything. Let love change you in every way, not just let it change your soul and let it spill out onto your plate, and let it change every single area of your life. That is number 22. But number 23 and 24, so 23 and 24 is really getting in my routines. Evening, night routine, number 23, evening unwind routine, okay? And then number 24 is morning start routine. So I just think that I just have not had a routine, like an actual routine of every single day. These are the things that I do. So I wrote down skincare, book, journal, cute PJs, romanticize the little things, number 23. That is what I want to do. Do my skincare, do my gua sha, get my book, get my journal, get in my cute PJs, turn on my candle, wind down. I bought some non-blue light lights for our room. They don't have any blue light in them. And it comes with like a daytime one and then like a campfire one. And then it comes, or a sunset one and then a campfire one. So really beautiful, like warm, glowy lights at night. Really getting down an evening routine. Like, do you have an evening routine? And if you do, let me know what your steps are. What do you do for your evening routine? Leave a comment and let me know. And then number 24 is a morning routine. So again, skincare, Bible, daily bread, and then journal, and just like getting dressed. That is like a part of my routine because I work from home, and just being at home, it can be very easy to just like not get dressed. The amount of days I've been in my PJs since 2 p.m. and honestly all day, it's just too much to count. When I was writing Milk and Honey, the book, it was just a PJ lifestyle, I love my PJs, but sometimes I just want to feel a little bit more put together. If I have to go run an errand, go to the farm, just like a cute sweat set that's matching, it's comfy, but it's like I feel like I got dressed. Anyway, I'm just going off into a tangent here, but the point is get down your morning and night routine. Write down a few things that you're going to do every single night. Get in your routine. And again, that's going to help your digestion, your sleep. Focus on sleep. Focus on your sleep. That's the thing. Really, what it comes down to is sleep. If we're not sleeping well, nothing's gonna work right. Okay, we gotta go to sleep. Don't scroll on your phone. This is not the year to scroll on your phone until 2 a.m. We're not doing that anymore. Leave it in the past. Put your phone down, get a book, get your candle, turn off all the blue light, get a cute little warmy glow light, just a few dollars, get out the blue light, and calm down at night so you can fall asleep and get a good night's sleep, because that is one of the best things that you can do for your health. And the last thing that we already went through our habits, but as far as like how-tos, something that's just really always helped me, first of all, read the book Atomic Habits. It really is an amazing book if you're really struggling with habit creation. I would really say is to focus on who you want to be. And when you visualize that person who you really want to be, then you will then do what you want to do. And I think about the Proverbs 31 woman and who she is, and then what she does does out of who she is, out of her heart. You know what I mean? That then she doesn't eat the bread of idleness, and she works with willing hands, and she strengthens her arms, and all these things. We are working out, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our homes, all these things. Focus on who you want to be, and then what you do will flow out of that. But I think the last thing I want to say is to really just be the enemy. Be perfection's worst enemy. Do not worry about perfection. Like, that is the thing. That's what you want to be like on guard about. If you're like, oh, I skipped a day of reading. Oh, I messed up for the, no, immediately no. It's like immediately no. That is the thought pattern that you just want to shoo that out of your mind. I really think the greatest enemy of consistency is perfection. That really is the enemy of consistency, because we think we have to be perfect or do something perfectly. If we skipped a day, or if we missed this, or whatever we didn't, whatever these rules are in our heads when it comes to habit formation and goal reaching, it's not about being perfect. It's about recognizing, oh, I got off course today. Why was that? Did I sleep in? Did I get distracted by something? Imagine it like you're going on a road trip and you miss the exit. What do? Your GPS reroutes you. It just gets you back on track. Your track. You don't just give up on the road trip and turn around and go home. No, you just get back on track. And it's not about getting there the fastest or doing it the most perfect. That is actually really the enemy to me of successfully being consistent, is perfectionism. My camera really shut off on me there right when I was telling you that I love you. I am so looking forward to this year with you and all of the beautiful things to come. So all the things will be linked in the description box. Beekeepers Naturals, I am telling you, if there is one thing that you can do this year, is get in nourishing foods. There's a lot of supplements out there, but if we can have a diet that is so rich in micronutrients and the essential vitamins and minerals that we need, how amazing is that? Bioavailable from our food. I'm telling you, this is amazing. Energy, if you are struggling with anything like that hormonally, B vitamins are essential, and I love this so much. You can go to beekeepersnaturals.com/Cambria or use Cambria at checkout and get 20% off of your order. And I will also link everything in the description box. Get whatever you need to your heart's content. But I love you so much. Let me know what you're gonna do for 2024. And I'm doing a surprise little comment giveaway. So leave a comment. I'm not gonna tell you what you're winning. I'm just saying that it's gonna be a fun little giveaway. So leave a comment. Tell me what you're excited to do. Tell me what you're excited to implement. What's one habit that you're gonna do? Let your life be nourishing. That's just what I want to end this video with. So I love you so very much, and I'm so excited for this year with you. Okay, I will see you in my next video. Bye.